Hello, happy Halloween, and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities in case you missed it for October 2022. Here, I gather up some weird and offbeat stories that mostly happen throughout the current month that you might not have heard about. So let's not waste any time and jump right into it. So, starting off with a bit of sad news. Jerry Lee Lewis passed away this month at the age of 87. Jerry was known as a pioneer of early rock and roll with his entertaining and energetic piano playing style. Aside from his piano playing, Jerry was known for two other things. His two biggest hits, A Whole Lot of Shaking Going On and Great Balls of Fire, and marrying his 13-year-old cousin, Myra Gale Brown, when he was 22. That event derailed Jerry's career, but he would later find some success in country music. Despite the controversy, Jerry Lee Lewis will be remembered forever thanks to his chart-topping, body-rocking, and pretty good music. A rubber gimp suit-clad man has been arrested in Somerset. Okay, so this story actually goes back a couple of years to 2018, where a man in a black rubber gimp suit would chase after men and women. He would chase the individuals while grunting and breathing heavily. However, he would eventually vanish off the face of the planet. In 2019, there were no sightings of the man, but come 2021, and he was back. This time, he was staring into the home of a couple. And then this year in 2022, he came back in full force, chasing people around, grunting, and freaking everyone out. There's record of him freaking people out at least 14 times. This final time, however, became his undoing. The man was spotted. Whoa! Okay, I'm gonna leave this in. My freaking cat, she just came out of nowhere in a full sprint and just jumped on my shoulders. She is now in my lap. Oh gosh, you heifer. Okay, yeah, I'll leave this in just for giggles. Okay, where was I? The man was spotted, and cops were called, and they arrived on the scene quickly. They had helicopters, dogs, they wanted this guy badly, and apparently they got him. He was charged with creating a public nuisance and nothing more, because he didn't actually cause any harm to anyone. As conditions of his bail, he's not allowed to leave his home between the times of 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. So let's say you're hungry and you have a significant other and you ask them to cook, but they say no and they tell you to cook something instead, but you say no. Well, your significant other says you cook something or else. You just roll your eyes and go to the next room. Well, the latter part of that is probably a bad idea if you're dealing with someone like Amy Leanne Johnson, who had a little too much to drink and told her man to cook dinner, but he refused. So, to teach him a lesson, she got a knife and stabbed him 14 times. Apparently, Amy suffers from PTSD, and arguing over who's going to cook dinner set her off to where she had a psychotic episode of which she doesn't recall. Her boyfriend is recovering after losing a lot of blood, and Amy was arrested. So yeah, if your significant other asks you to cook dinner, think twice before saying no. A 64-year-old woman was sighted in Gastonia, North Carolina this month. Police were called to the woman's residence after neighbors phoned in telling them they heard gunshots. Well, upon entering the backyard of the property, cops found the woman with a revolver in hand. The cops asked what the heck she was doing, and she told them she was shooting at bottles and cans of Mountain Dew because she doesn't approve of her father drinking them. A bullet through a beverage is one way to stop him from doing the do. This is Mark Lantinsky. Mark is not a good guy. In fact, he was charged with first-degree murder for killing Kevin Bacon. And no, it's not the actor Kevin Bacon. This Kevin Bacon was a 25-year-old seeking a date with Mark after meeting on a dating site. Sadly, things didn't turn out the way Kevin had hoped. Police discovered Kevin hanging upside down in Mark's home with his throat slit and his testicles missing. Mark, while confessing to the murder, also confessed to eating Kevin Bacon's testicles. Reasons for this were not given. Needless to say, Mark will be sharing a cell with Bubba for the rest of his life, and he'll find out real soon how Bubba likes to handle his balls. Finally, Florida man was arrested for driving under the influence and leaving the scene of a crash. Tidge Tequila was having too good of a night out, sipping on wine and who knows what else. This led to him becoming intoxicated, and he ended up in a car accident. However, not to be the one to let a good night come to an end over a minor crash, Tidge left the scene and went to the bar across the street and downed 3 shots of whiskey before coming back to the crash site. Cops arrived, and while being questioned if he had been drinking, Tidge said, and I quote, "I am buzzed and I am a controlled alcoholic. I just quit drinking vodka and now I'm drinking wine." As you can guess, Tidge was arrested and put in a cell with Bubba to sober up. And that concludes In Case You Missed It for October 2022. Thank you all for watching, and if you have your own offbeat stories, feel free to share it with us in the comment section down below, or share it with us on social media. You can find those links in the description below. Thank you all again, and remember, have a fun, safe Halloween, and we will be seeing you in November.